I don't know what to do with it. Yeah. This is, what the fuck is this? Okay, yeah, this is the first live stream I've done in, like, years. I think I've only ever used YouNow once. Anyone who's watching this on my YouTube channel, I'm on YouNow because I couldn't figure out how to stream on YouTube. Like, I thought it was so much easier. It's not. So I'm sorry, but you have to deal with some weird fucking rectangular shaped thing that's backwards, and I'm bothered. But yeah, sorry, just let me do this. Today is Bell Let's Talk Day. If you guys retweet the hashtag Bell Let's Talk and you hashtag your Instagram post and you text, not iMessage, Bell donates 5 cents to mental health initiatives. And someone at my work was like, what are you doing for it? Because I had posted something on Instagram saying that I had like a reveal, and I was just uploading my Inside Out challenge video with the makeup, but he had asked me if I was doing like a live stream or something, and then I was, why? Jesus. There has to be a bobby pin around here somewhere. Like, the frickin' strugs that I'm having right now. I just fucking can't. This is, okay, cool. First 2 minutes of the video is just me fighting with my fucking hair. I don't have a clip anywhere. Great. Fuck it. It's gonna stay down for all I can. Hold on a sec. Yeah, no, there's nothing. But yeah, anyway, he had asked me if I was going to do like a live stream or something, and then I kind of was like, you know what, yeah, like, sure. And on my way home from work, I was just like, felt compelled. I'm sorry, I'm still looking for bobby pins. Yeah, they're black. I'm never gonna be able to find them in my desk. Good to know that that's where my 1/4-inch adapter is. Yeah, so, I felt compelled on my way home to actually do it. And there's a few things that I want to talk to you guys about. I was actually talking to my friend Steph last night, and like, I kind of wish that we had filmed it, because the stuff that we were talking about is like some pretty important stuff, but I mean, it was over text. Like obviously the stuff that happens in your life, you can't just be like, oh, yo, like, yes, let's film this because we know it's going to be good. You just kind of have to be like, oh, yeah, okay, well, whatever, right? Why is my hair just being fucking trash? Like, I need a clip. How many freaking clips do I have, and none of them are in this room right now? Is that even possible? What? Okay, 2 seconds. Also, I'm sorry I'm snivelly. I'm just gonna go grab a clip. I have a little weasel my way back in here. Yeah, so it was kind of like something that I thought was really, really important, that I really wanted to share, especially since today is Bell Let's Talk Day, and whatever. That sounded so inconsiderate. Yeah, I'm just my fucking hair is honestly the goddamn bane of my existence. Okay. That's it. Don't fucking touch it. Don't touch it anymore. Don't fucking touch it. I'm gonna keep touching it. Is fuck sakes. Anyways, I really wanted to. I don't know which way this webcam goes. Like, okay, there we go. Who fucking knows? Not me. But yeah. So anyway, I wanted to just kind of like read out some of the stuff we were saying. Like, it's so weird now that I'm actually sitting and doing the live stream to actually go about doing it. But yeah, so pretty much it's all like in light of Bell Let's Talk Day and mental health and ending stigma and stuff like that. Like, I am huge, like that stuff to me is like pinnacle stuff. Not the fucking word I was looking for. This is what's so shit about not actually doing a video for this. I can't edit it, so I have no editing power whatsoever to help me. So please, I am so sorry. I apologize. But yeah, like it's something that's like a huge part of my life. It's been a huge part of my life for a really long time, dealing with mental illness. So like I keep saying, in light of Bell Let's Talk Day, I kind of just wanted to like put stuff out there. Like, I felt absolutely compelled to just share it. So, hi, that's what I'm doing right now. Yeah, I'm just trying to find the conversation that we were having. She was feeling a little stressed, so we were talking about it, and it was just kind of like it's like 1 in 5 people in Canada will have like a mental illness, and it's like that really awkward thing where it's like there's a big enough chunk, because 20% is a big enough chunk, but it's not big enough for people to really understand. And like, unless you've ever had a mental illness, you won't understand. You know, it's not like one of those things that it can be taught. It's not something, you know, that you can read about and understand. It's something that you have to feel for yourself. Will these pro tips go away? Like, thank you, YouNow. I don't want them. But, yeah, it's just like, you have to feel it for yourself. And it's unfortunate that 1 in 5 is still too high. But, yeah, like, it can't be explained unless you know exactly what I'm talking about. And for you to know exactly what I'm talking about, you kind of have to have a mental health issue as well, which is the unfortunate part about it. It's not like a feeling that everyone experiences, like happiness or sadness, or, you know, as horrible as to say it is, like when death comes around, you know, like we all experience that. It's not something that everyone experiences. So it is really difficult, and there is a lot of stigma around it, you know, like so many people don't open up, so many people feel judged, and it is, like, if you don't understand where someone's coming from, it can be very confusing. Like, there's so many people out there who are like, I don't get why you can't just smile, everything's great. Like, it doesn't work that way. It doesn't work that way. So that's the whole kind of thing that I think we kind of want to like get across. And it's yeah, like, it's just educating people is like the number one thing to end the stigma, because like I said, unless you've felt it, you'll never feel it. You'll never understand it that way. So being there for somebody, and that's the most difficult part, because there are some people out there who, and this is the conversation that Steph and I were having, there's people out there who genuinely care, and that's amazing. You know, you are amazing. Just wanting to be an ally for people is amazing. But there are some people out there who think they have the capacity and they don't. And that's kind of what deters people from really speaking out, I think. Because there are, like, I do have friends and I do have family who absolutely love me unconditionally, and I think it's just because I feel that I'm too close to them that I can't talk about it to them. Strangers, or, you know, people that I work with, or um, the internet, as, you know, I am here sitting in front of you talking about it. But I think when it comes down to family, the hardest thing is to, like, admit to them that you feel like you almost feel like you've let them down, is probably one of the biggest ones. To admit to them that you need help is very, very difficult. But I had a full conversation with a woman that I worked with on Boxing Day about it, because her daughter has depression, and like we had a full-on conversation. Like, it was fine. So there's that. But it's really hard to talk to, like, your family and your friends about it unless your friends experience it. But then on a friendship level, each party always seems to feel like they're bothering the other party, even though they understand better than anybody else really would. And you're just like, oh, I don't want to keep bothering you. But of all people, you know, like, that person is probably the best person to talk to, because they actually understand by like 400%. So I had said, you know, like, oh, do you have depression that's tolerable? Well, not when you're stressed. It's not tolerable at all. You're a little anxious? Oh, how about a lot of anxious? You know, manageable OCD? Not when you're fucking stressed. Like, it's everything, and then it just snowballs, and it just takes one fucking thing, and it's just holding it all in just doesn't help either, and it's so fucking difficult. So, and we were talking about how, like, there's so many people out there, like I had said, who are like, oh, like, if you ever need to talk or something, like, just come, or like, if you're feeling overwhelmed, like, just tell us. And we really appreciate that. Like, it is really appreciated to know that there's someone out there who wants to listen. But what it comes down to is you're not gonna see me the same way. And that's the biggest part, is when, like, I could sit here and I could feel like I'm ready to open up to somebody, and I start talking to them about the things that I'm feeling, and I just feel like they are not going to see me as the same person anymore. They're going to see me as broken or fragile. But nothing's changed. Nothing's changed at all, but you can't help that. If I were to come up to you and say, you know, like, I have depression, and it, like, something about this something, you know, or if I came up and told someone, like, you know, I have an eating disorder, like, and it's like such a, I can't even fucking explain it. It's just, when, like, someone comes out and says those things, you now kind of understand what, on a surface level. Like I said, if I had come out and said, you know, like, I have an eating disorder, but, like, the next day you see me eating something, like, I feel like you're gonna jump to, like, oh, you know, like, oh, congratulations, like, maybe it's gone. It's not. Like, oh, I was, like, really happy and smiley one day, and people are like, oh, she doesn't have depression anymore. No, I still do. Oh, I don't have this nervous feeling. Oh, your anxiety's cured. No, it's not. It doesn't work like that. I wish it did. It doesn't. But that's, there's just, like, there's so many things I want to say, and I don't really know how to say them, you know, so, yeah. It's just kind of like, basically, we appreciate people who are like, oh, we're here for you. It's greatly appreciated, but, it's also, like, please understand where we're coming from if we don't want to open up, because, like I said, we already have in our minds thoughts about us that a lot of the time are not good. So we feel, by opening up to other people, I keep saying we, I don't want to speak on behalf of everyone. This is all stuff that's coming from me. Every person deals with mental illness differently. Everyone's story is different. But it's kind of like I don't want people to see me the way that I see me sometimes. And like Steph had said, like mentioned like feeling broken, and I was like, yeah, like, I feel like a lot of the time I've been like absolutely crushed into a million pieces, or oh hi, person who just commented. What was I saying? But I had mentioned to her, it's so cheesy, but I absolutely love it. It was like some quote I saw on Tumblr, of course, that was um, like, it's okay to have cracks because that's how the light shines through. So it's okay to totally be broken, and that's totally fine. But, like, I think that's pretty much just what it comes down to, is, like, I don't want to talk to my family about it, one, because I just fucking cry at everything, and, like, anytime I get the courage to, like, come out and, like, tell my family, that, like, I need help, I just want to cry, because I just kind of, it feels like you've let them down, so, like, that's kind of the thing, is, like, we don't want to, oh, I keep saying we, like, I'll just, try to say I, because I don't want to speak on behalf of everybody, like, you just kind of feel like you're gonna see me as broken, or like you aren't going to understand the capacity, and we don't want to put that on you, because it's like it's a burden, it's a fucking, I'm not even gonna lie, it is. Yeah, I have had depression for like 12 years. No, yeah, yes, I've had it since I was 12. I've had it for 12 years. Back when we had no idea what it was, when people didn't talk openly about mental illness like they do these days. I'm 24. Um, yeah, like it's, um, like back when like I was 12, everyone would, like, even I thought like I was like, oh, just a moody preteen, but it was like, now that I look back on it and I understand it. No, I'm not 16. Um, I understand it a little bit better. I realize now that like the stuff that went on behind closed doors, it's kind of where it started. It wasn't as bad as it was later on. So basically, my story. So I'll tell you guys my story, which I've never really told before. I've told like bits and pieces of it, depending on like where in conversation we were talking about it. Um, but yeah, so basically, like I said, depression since I was 12. Um, like I said, I didn't really understand it until like looking back on it now, and I realized that like the numbness that was coming along with it, like the indifference, my lack of ability to care about stuff, um, constantly feeling drained and tired and everything, like that's kind of when it started. Oh, thank you. um, yeah, so that was that. Into high school, I had an eating disorder in grade 10 and 11. I didn't eat a lot. I drank a lot of water, chewed a lot of gum to suppress my appetite. I had like a croissant in the morning. That was it. Barely ate dinner. I only really kind of ate dinner because my mom was at the table. So that went on for about 2 years. Eating disorders, by the way, don't go away as easily as people may think by just eating. It's a constant. I feel like my stomach just growled. Anyways, it's a constant struggle of being mind over matter. Like literally, that's what it is. It's looking in the mirror and telling myself that I'm not going to eat today, and then making sure that I do. It's not as bad as it was in high school. I kind of went to the opposite extreme when it was like not eating. Now I really enjoy working out, and I'm trying so hard to get on the path of like being healthy and stuff like that. Changing my eating habits, which was actually a lot easier than I thought. But yeah, it's a constant struggle, like to get up every day and just feel like you're like, no, don't eat today. that's exactly where it snowballs from. So just because I eat doesn't mean that it's gone. And then in grade 12, I had an anxiety attack for the first time in my life. That's when my anxiety kind of came about. The stress of auditions and post-secondary school and all this stuff was, oh wow, so you totally understand what I'm talking about. It was in the middle of work. It happened when I was working. I was in the middle of serving somebody, and I couldn't breathe anymore. I was really, really warm. I thought something horrible was about to happen. I had no idea what was going on. And, like, it was just completely from stress, and anyone who doesn't understand what it basically feels like is I could just be out with my friends and all of a sudden feel like something absolutely horrible is going to happen. It also comes in the sense that, like, I could be, like, walking down the street and see a friend of mine and I, like, say hi to them, and then while I'm walking away, I'm just like, why did I say hi like that? Oh my god, they probably think I'm so annoying. Oh my god this, oh my god that, and you absolutely overanalyze literally everything. Everything is a constant worry. Everything, like, it's not, like, anxiety is not just worrying. Anxiety attacks are not just not being able to breathe and rocking back and forth. Like, it's so much more than that. Like, it's having someone say something completely normal and you just absolutely crying because you feel like you've done the absolute wrong. And it's like I've had like my mom's boss gave me an anxiety attack when I worked at her office in 2014. It was horrible. My family actually is probably, I hate to say this, but my family are the ones who give me the most anxiety attacks. So there's that, living at home, it kind of blows. I had one last night because someone, like, it was just all up in my space, and it's like a whole bunch of stuff on other stuff, and it just was like the straw that broke the camel's back, and it was like fucking. And like, I keep telling myself, I'm like, you probably shouldn't cry over a towel, but I do, because I don't know how else to deal with it. That's having an anxiety attack is how I deal with it. And like, a lot of the time it's like I just want to have, like, you kind of a lot of the time just want to have a mental breakdown just to get it the fuck out of the way. So, this has become a really rambly video. Anyways, back to my story. This one is something that I actually haven't told anyone who's still around. I wanted to die. Sometimes I still do. I saw a post on Facebook that was like the gray area of suicide, which I'll talk about in a second. But when I was in high school, I thought a lot about ending my life, a lot about it. And there was one night when I was up, like, really, really, really late, and I was like I knew how I was gonna do it. I just didn't really know when. Like, didn't have plans for stuff in the future. I was like, I can't see my future. Nothing's set in stone. So I was like, I need an out. I absolutely need an out. And one of my friends, he stayed up with me, and we just kind of, like, talked about it. That's also something that never really goes away. Like I said, the gray area. I think about it sometimes, what it would be like if I did it. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. I posted a video on my channel that was in correlation to Write Love on Her Arms hashtag I kept living, so I told a little bit of my story there. Yeah, I kept living because someone listened and talked to me until, the morning, basically. And I mean, like I said, I still think about it on a regular basis, but I'm not going to go through with it. Like, it's a very, very, very slim chance that I would ever actually do it. So, that happened in high school. I left high school, anxiety, depression, in tow, eating disorder, whatever, and my second year of university, 2013, my friend, I had a couple friends, actually, who I cut out of my life because I was like, you're manipulative, you use me, you lie to me. I was like, I don't want this. So I cut a couple friends out of my life. Felt great. It felt absolutely great. In June of 2013, the friend who had stayed up with me that night was murdered. For about 2 years, like literally until a couple of years ago, I felt so guilty about it. Again, became very depressed. I was in university. I couldn't write songs. I couldn't do my work. I had no motivation to do anything. At his funeral, I didn't cry because I was depressed and couldn't feel anything. So that also made me feel bad that I couldn't express that. Yeah, like it was, I felt guilty. I felt so guilty. I still don't even really know why. But then all my teachers were like, oh, like write songs about him and stuff, and I just couldn't do it. I couldn't bring myself to write a song about my friend's death or about my friend to get a grade. It just seemed so horrible. I couldn't bring myself to do it. So I didn't graduate. Probably wasn't going to graduate regardless. So yeah, but it's a special hell when you're at a funeral and all of your peers just tell you how much that person loved you. And he did. So, depression. Back in full swing. My work gave me horrible anxiety. I also have acute PTSD, which is really confusing to explain why I have it, so I'm not going to explain why I have it. But yeah, so I am just like a plethora of things. As most people are, there is probably not someone who just has one thing. So many of them come hand in hand, as anxiety and depression are probably the biggest two that a lot of the time they come hand in hand. But yeah, like I was just, like it's stress, obviously, like I said, is like a huge thing, but because of Bell Let's Talk and I was like reading people's tweets and stuff like that, and I was like, I just feel really compelled to go and talk about it. But yeah, like I'm out of university pretty much, and I think my anxiety is worse than my depression now, which is, I'll be honest with you, I will take that over my depression being worse than my anxiety, because depression hurts. Like you can't get out of bed, you feel run down all the time, like your body actually aches if you've never experienced it. I'm also a hypochondriac, which is great because I'm constantly in a state of fear that my mental illnesses are going to corrupt my future years because my brain chemistry or something is like messing up whatever in here, and by the time I'm like 40, I'm gonna be like a vegetable. I don't know why. That's what it's like to be a hypochondriac. Anytime something's wrong, I'm just like, oh my god, I have this illness. Oh my god, like I get a cramp and I'm like, my appendix needs to be removed. Like I jump to a lot of conclusions, like a lot of conclusions. But yeah, I think a lot about going on medication as well. And the one thing I want to say about medication is it's not like it's not like cough medicine. It's a lot of trial and error. It's a lot of judging doses. It's what works and what doesn't work. It's hell. And I'm scared to go on it because I don't want to become addicted to it. The woman that I was talking to on Boxing Day, she had said that she actually took medication for 8 months and she noticed a huge change. She said that it was a great idea, but weaning herself off of it was the worst fucking thing ever. I don't want to become dependent on it. I would absolutely love to do things naturally, for lack of a better word. Like, I'm a musician, so I play a lot of instruments, all of which I don't own. I firmly believe that if I was taking piano lessons again, I would feel a little bit better. If I could paint whenever I wanted to, I would feel better. And, like, I hate saying this because so many people who don't understand say that it's not an excuse. But, like, having, like, a pet, I think, would be extremely helpful to me because I'd have the companionship, I'd have the responsibility. And so many people are like, you don't understand the responsibility. And, like, even when I say that I really want to move out, they're like, you don't understand the responsibility. And I'm here like, I want the responsibility. I want to pay my bills. I want to go get my own groceries. I want to clean my own house. I want to take care of my dog. I want to train my dog. Like, I want that, and I feel like having the responsibility and the sense of self, like I said, a lot of my anxiety comes from my family. Moving out would be huge. Then, other stressors would come in and, like, ruin all my mojo, but yeah, it's a never-ending battle, it really is, which is why, like, I'm so glad for days like today, like Belle Let's Talk, where, like I said, if you guys are just joining, you can retweet the hashtag Belle Let's Talk or text not iMessage, and Belle will donate 5 cents to mental health initiatives. So, yeah, that's the thing. You should do that. You should go do that. If not, you can just go to my Twitter, which is Howlesk, which is, if you're on YouNow, if you're on my YouTube watching this, it's down there. And just retweet some of my tweets if you want. Like, I literally just tweeted the hashtag Belle Let's Talk. Just go retweet that. It's fine. Yeah, or posting on your Instagram with the hashtag, I'm pretty sure, counts this year. So that's pretty sweet. But yeah, like, I just felt absolutely compelled to just, like, word vomit a bunch of shit. Basically, I don't really know why I was taking this. I wasn't taking this very, very far. I was talking to myself in the car about it on my way home, and I feel like I had a lot better things to say. I almost drank. I almost did not drink out of the hole. Don't need that. But yeah, like I said, unless you've experienced it firsthand, it's very hard to feel. Like, it's something you have to feel, for sure. 1 in 5 Canadians, I'm from Toronto, so I'm just using Canadian statistics. 1 in 5 Canadians have a mental illness themselves, like, will have it, which, like I said, is 20%, which is too high, but not high enough for a lot of people to understand. It's 80% of the population that doesn't really understand. Someone had mentioned to me that they'd like to try therapy, which I did for 3 weeks. Like I had said, medication and stuff like that is all trial and error, and it's no different when it comes to therapy. It didn't work for me. The person that I had, and it's a lot about the person that you have. The person that I had, I didn't feel like he really understood where I was trying to come from a lot of the time, which made it very difficult to add on to the things that I was trying to open up about, because I would say one thing and he just couldn't grasp how I was feeling about it for me to elaborate, because we couldn't get past the very basic feeling. And there was like for example, there was one time where I had said, like I had a thing with somebody and now it's over, and I was very upset about it. And he was like, oh, well, like at least things, like when someone leaves your life, like you hold on to a part of them, but it feels like it got ripped away, blah blah blah, all this stuff. And I was like, yes, obviously it does. And then he was like, well, nothing intimate happened. And I was like, but it did. Like, that's the thing. And he couldn't get past the fact that there was an intimacy level between me and this person. For him to better help me get over it, he was just looking at it very face value. Yeah, so I tried it. It didn't work. Talking about things doesn't normally help me, because I've always been that kind of middle person where I can see. I'm shit at debates because I can see both sides of the argument. That's who I am as a person. When I'm presented a problem, I see every possible outcome. So talking about it doesn't help because I'm past that already, and the problem's still there. So unless the problem is resolved by talking, like depression is not resolved by sitting here talking to you guys, as much as I wish it was. But that's what I'm saying, right? It's a lot of trial and error, and I just kind of wish that people would be a little bit more open. Like I had said way back at the beginning, for anyone who joined halfway, it's very difficult for people like me to open up because I feel like I've let people down, or people are going to look at me the way that I look at me sometimes, and the way that I look at myself sometimes is not the best. And I want to put the best me forward. I want to constantly be getting better as a person, for myself, for other people, just to feel good. And if I open up about these things, I feel like it's going to set me back in the eyes of other people. Which you shouldn't be worried about what other people think of you, but we do inevitably want to be accepted, blah blah blah, the whole basis of being human beings. Yeah, I don't know what else to say because, like I said, I did not plan this. I've never done a live stream. I am at the hands of my word vomit. I have no editing software to help me, but yeah. It's been almost 40 minutes. I don't think I said everything I wanted to say, but I can't remember everything that I wanted to say. And yeah. Eastern Standard Time, there is still 6 hours left to tweet the hashtag #BellLet'sTalk, Instagram it, text, not iMessage, people if you're on Bell Network. I got fiberglass all over my leg. It's really itchy from work. Yeah, anyway. I think I'm just going to say goodbye and go and watch some of the people that I like on YouTube, because there's new stuff for me to watch. Finish my coffee. I need to make dinner. I don't know what I want. I know someone made chili, but I'm not eating meat, so I'm assuming there's meat in the chili. I can't have any. So that'll be interesting. But I am going to end this here. I don't know how it worked out to get it to my YouTube. I appreciate you guys for commenting and watching. Yeah. Basically, just gonna say that we really appreciate the 80%, as us 20%, we appreciate anyone who comes out of the 80% to be an ally, to be there for us as genuinely as possible. But like I said, understand that I may not open up to you because I don't want you to see me the way that I see me. So, but I do really appreciate people who genuinely want to know what you're going through and want to be there and want to help. The more that we can educate people, the easier it'll be. Like, I had to take a mental health day when I worked at Amazon, and it was just very awkward to go about doing it. When I get too stressed, I get oral migraines, which means that I can't see very well, and I get a horrible, god-awful migraine. So to alleviate the stress on me, I needed to take a day off. But, like, people don't understand that unless, like I said, you live it. So I really just want us to all get to a place where, like, doing things like that doesn't warrant a god-awful long explanation. Because if people were educated, it'd be so much easier just to say, you know, like, I have horrible anxiety and depression, I need a mental health day, and have it be okay. Instead of being like, oh, I'm sick because I'm mentally ill. Like, I hate saying mentally ill, it just makes it sound horrible. Mental health issues, like, nothing sounds good. There's nothing good about it. It doesn't sound good, nothing. But yeah, we're creeping on the 45 minutes. So, like I said, thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you to the lovely people commenting. Like, I don't know if it made it to my YouTube channel. If it did, what's up, YouTube? I hate that this is a fucking rectangle. It just looks like shit. But yeah, I don't know if I'll ever do one of these again. Maybe I can figure out how to do it on my actual YouTube channel. Because I don't like this box. I don't like using my webcam. It's horrible. But yeah, I'm gonna go watch some of my favorite YouTubers. I hope you guys have a really, really good night. Anybody else struggling, you are not alone. Like, you're not alone. I felt alone for so long, and even some nights I still feel alone. But it's days like today, like #Bell Let's Talk, that really kind of make you realize. So even if you can't come out, even if you're like me and you can't even come out and tell your parents or tell your best friends, it's okay. Yeah. 1 in 5 people struggle and suffer from a mental illness. So, like I said, that number's too high. But just, if you aren't one of those 1 in 5 people, just educate yourself. That's all you need to do. Ask questions. I have no problem answering them. You want to know how it feels? I'll tell you. Ask questions. Educate yourself. Arm yourself with the tools to make a better tomorrow. Cheese factor, off the charts. But, yeah. That is, I keep saying I'm going to end this. It's fucking, Jesus. People are making noise outside my room. But yeah. Be an ally, and actually, like, if you're going to say you're going to be an ally, be an ally. Be a friend. Be, like, if you really care about someone, do not let the stigma of mental health change the way that you see that person. We are not broken. We just need a little help sometimes. And that's okay. It's okay to ask. It's okay to, even if you let us vent to you, we understand that you may not have the greatest answers. If someone with depression was venting to me, as someone with depression, I may not have the answers. And I know what they're going through, so it's okay not to know. It's okay to ask questions. It's not scary. I've had depression for 12 years. It's not scary. It's fucking annoying. Is what it is. Yeah. The other thing, because I know, talking to someone who I had asked, what do you wish people knew. You know what? Yeah. I know that this is live, but I know that you guys are going to be able to watch it afterwards. If you have a mental illness, comment one thing that you wish people would understand. I know I asked someone that, and they had said, yeah, I wish people would just understand that I need to do certain things. Just, I can't tell you why. I can't tell you when it'll happen. I just need to do certain things. If it's people, you know, who touch a railing and have to touch it again. People who turn the light off, turn it on, and then turn it back off. If something needs to be in a specific place, if you are not related to me, don't touch these things. Like, it's just whatever it is, leave a comment about something that you wish people would know. And oh, hey, Steph. Yeah, leave a comment with something that you wish people would know. That way people can scroll through the comments and maybe we can help educate the 80% of people who may not understand. But, my god, I keep saying I'm going to end this and now I'm creeping up on 50 minutes. Like, this is just word vomit central. Again. Power of editing. Steph's been creeping in the back. But yeah, so definitely do that. Leave a comment, and we'll educate people. Alright? I'm actually going to leave now and watch those YouTube videos and make dinner and prep my lunch. Steph wrote edumacate, and it just threw me off. Yeah, so we are going to edumacate people by leaving comments with things that you wish people would know. Yes, I think it was streaming live to my YouTube channel, so there will be a video that I will leave up there indefinitely that you can watch later and comment on. All my links will be in the description. If you're watching this on my YouNow, I don't know how this works, but yeah, like I said, let's make sure that we educate. Let's make sure that we educate ourselves, educate others, and just be there, because everyone feels like they're alone and they're not. And no matter how many times you tell someone they're not alone, it doesn't fucking matter. You still feel alone. So, in this whole world of, like, women's rallies and crazy other bullshit, let's stick together. Okay? I will see you guys soon. I don't know if I'll ever live stream again, but if you guys want me to, let me know. Yeah, that's it. Okay. Alright guys, bye!